the world of gods and heroes in Greek mythology. Welcome to the magical world of Greek mythology. We are in a vast narrative universe woven with the stories of gods and heroes, reaching from thousands of years ago to today's imagination, touching the deepest corners of the human soul. This universe is not only a stage where extraordinary beings battle each other, it is also a cultural heritage that reflects humanity's origins, weaknesses, passions, and hopes. Now, let us embark on a journey filled with legends, from the darkness of chaos to the light of Olympus. The beginning of everything is chaos, an infinite void. From this darkness filled with nothingness and uncertainty, the first beings are born. Gaia represents the earth as a symbol of fertility and life. Uranus accompanies Gaia with the vast dome of the sky. Nyx is a mysterious goddess who covers the night. Erebus is the embodiment of the deepest darkness. The union of Gaia and Uranus leads to the birth of the Titans, Cyclopes, and Hecatonchyres. Uranus's fear of his children causes him to imprison them in the depths of the earth. But this chain feeds Gaia's painful rage. The smallest and cleverest son, Cronus, rebels against his father with his mother's plan, overthrows Uranus with the sickle in his hand, and becomes the new ruler of the universe. The reign of Cronus and the cycle of fate. The reign of Cronus presents another example of the inevitable cycle of fate. Hearing the prophecies, Cronus fears that one of his own children will take his throne. This fear turns him into a ruthless father. He swallows each child born to his wife Rhea, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, immediately after birth. Rhea, in the pain of motherhood, resorts to a trick to save her last child, Zeus. Zeus is secretly raised on the island of Crete by nymphs and the goat Amalthea. According to legend, his cries are muffled by dwarf warriors with their shields, allowing him to escape Cronus' notice. The War of the Titans and Gods, Titanomachia. When the time comes, Zeus rebels against his father. He gives Cronus a potion that causes him to release the siblings he had swallowed. Now, a relentless war between the gods and the Titans is about to begin. This war, called the Titanomachy, shakes the skies, stirs the seas, and moves the mountains for 10 years. Zeus lights up the skies with his lightning bolts, Poseidon enrages the seas, and Hades unleashes the darkness of the underworld upon the Titans. In the end, the Titans are defeated and chained in the deepest darkness of Tartarus. Zeus and his siblings divide the universe. Zeus rules the sky, Poseidon the seas, and Hades the underworld. And thus begins the age of the Olympian gods. Mount Olympus and the God. Mount Olympus becomes the new home of the gods. In magnificent palaces rising beyond the clouds, the gods are nourished by ambrosia and nectar, holding immortal feasts. However, the story of the Olympian gods is filled not with a distance that separates them from humans, but with human-like weaknesses: jealousy, anger, passion, joy, and ambition. Although the gods are immortal, they are very similar to humans. Zeus, the king of the skies, ensures justice with his lightning, but he is also famous for his love affairs. Hera, the goddess who protects marriage and family, is proud and jealous. Poseidon is the lord of the seas with his three-pronged trident. With his anger, he causes storms and controls the waves. Athena is the face of wisdom and strategic war, the protector of art and intellect. Ares represents the destructive, bloody side of war. Apollo is the god of light, music, and prophecy. He has a soul full of art. Artemis is the goddess of hunters, nature, and freedom. She is wild and independent. Aphrodite is the embodiment of beauty and love. With her charm, she influences gods and humans. Hermes, the messenger of the gods, is the protector of travelers and merchants. He is cunning and agile. Hades is the cold ruler of the underworld. He governs the souls of the dead. The gods of Olympus constantly interfere in human lives. They take sides in wars, steal hearts in loves, sometimes protect, sometimes punish. These human traits of the gods create both the magic and the universality of mythology. The birth of man and the rebellion of Prometheus. Greek mythology is not limited to the stories of the gods alone. The gifts and punishments that the gods give to humans are intertwined with the birth and fate of mankind. Prometheus, as one of humanity's greatest friends, steals the sacred fire from the gods and gives it to humans. This brave act draws the wrath of Zeus upon him. Prometheus is chained to the Caucasus Mountains, and every day an eagle eats his liver. Every night his liver grows back. Thus, he is condemned to eternal torment. Prometheus's sacrifice is a symbol of the price paid for humanity's fire and wisdom. Zeus's anger towards humans does not end here. The gods create a woman named Pandora, of flawless beauty. Pandora holds a mysterious box. When the box is opened, jealousy, disease, death, and evils spread to the world. At the bottom of the box, there is only one thing left: hope. Pandora's story is a universal message that alongside the disasters that befall humanity, there is always a light of hope. The great heroes of Greek mythology. Another important element of Greek mythology is the demigods and heroes who stand alongside the gods. These heroes form a bridge between humans and gods. Sometimes they suffer the wrath of the gods, sometimes they receive their support. With their destinies, courage, passions, and tragedies, they write the epic of humanity. Heracles is the son of Zeus, an immortal woman. He loses his mind due to the wrath of the gods, and, as atonement for the sins he committed, he must complete 12 difficult tasks. He walks around wearing a lion's skin, kills the multi-headed Hydra, and brings Cerberus out from the underworld. The adventures of Heracles are a symbol of strength and courage that push the limits of human capability. Perseus is the hero who killed Medusa. To escape Medusa's snake hair and gaze, he uses magical items given by Athena and Hermes. This leads to the birth of the winged horse Pegasus. The story of Perseus shows how victory can be achieved with intelligence and the help of the gods. Theseus becomes the savior of Athens by killing the Minotaur in the labyrinth in Crete. Thanks to the thread given by Ariadne, he escapes from the labyrinth. The story of Theseus tells the power of intelligence and love. Odysseus is the most cunning mind of the Trojan War. His journey home, called the Odyssey, lasts 10 years and is filled with countless adventures. He defeats the giant Cyclops Polyphemus with his intelligence. He has himself tied up to resist the sirens' songs. Odysseus's journey is an epic that tests human patience, determination, and intellect. Achilles is the greatest warrior of the Trojan War. His mother dipped him in the river of immortality. However, since his heel did not touch the water, the Achilles heel became his weak point. Achilles' story presents the tragic combination of heroism and vulnerability. The heroes of Greek mythology serve as a bridge between gods and humans. Their epics are filled with courage, betrayal, love, and tragedy. They reflect the most fundamental questions and emotions of human existence. In these stories, humans push their limits, compete with gods, and struggle against fate. Each hero represents an aspect of the human spirit. The battles, sometimes ending in victory and sometimes in defeat, are a mirror of human history. The endless influence of Greek mythology. The magic of mythology does not remain only in the dark corridors of the past. Greek legends leave traces not only in tragedy and epics, but also in sculpture, painting, architecture, philosophy, and psychology. Even today, we can see reflections of Greek mythology among the cornerstones of literature, cinema, art, and science. In the tragedy of Oedipus, the struggle of man against fate, in the rebellion of Prometheus, the quest for freedom, in Persephone's journey to the underworld, the secret of the cycle of nature. All these stories are universal themes that have found a place in humanity's shared cultural memory. Greek mythology tells us not only about the grandeur of the gods, but also about the fragility, courage, ambition, love, and pain of human nature. In the stories of gods and heroes, power, passion, love, jealousy, courage, and betrayal intertwine. These myths express the human struggle with oneself, nature, and fate in a universal language. And perhaps this is why Greek mythology has been able to resonate with people for thousands of years. Its stories nourish our imagination, shape our thoughts, and touch our emotions. Each new generation assigns new meanings to these myths, finding their own journey within these ancient tales. In the upcoming journey, we will continue to explore the secrets of Greek mythology, the tragedies of heroes, and the lessons behind the legends. In the mysterious world of the gods, in the epics of heroes, and in humanity's endless quest, we will find new stories and new meanings. Remember, Greek mythology is not just a part of the past, it is a narrative that shapes our present and future, shedding light on human existence. In the grandeur of the gods, the courage of heroes, and the hopeful struggle of humanity, we will continue to move forward together on this journey to find ourselves. This is just the beginning.